December 31st, 2011. That was my first day working here at Fox 40. Tonight, 12 and a half years later, this is my last day working here at Fox 40. For our loyal viewers, you have probably heard me say many times that I grew up not too far away in Calaveras County. As a child, we watched the Sacramento News, including, of course, Fox 40. And to think then that not only would I work here, but do so for more than a decade is something that I would have never believed, and it has truly been a dream come true. Now, I have an opportunity to fulfill another dream of mine, becoming a full-time news anchor. There's a common misconception that Fox 40 is owned by the Fox Corporation. That's just not the case. Fox 40 is owned by a company called Nexstar Media Group. Nexstar has stations all over the country, including a handful here in California. Starting soon, I will become the main weekday evening anchor at KC24, an NBC affiliate and Nexstar-owned station in Fresno. It's a promotion and an opportunity that I am beyond excited for. But before I go, I would like to say thank you. Thank you to all of our amazing viewers who have not only supported my career as a whole, but have graciously allowed me and the weekend team here to be your choice for local news every weekend for the past few years. Thank you to my coworkers who have made this building a joy to be in. Thank you to Eric Harriman and Nikki Lorenzo for mentoring me on the anchor desk. Trust me when I say that Eric and Nikki truly are some of the best at their jobs in the entire country. To my producer, Dana, I am so proud of you and how far you have come. The weekend news team will be in good hands with you here. Thank you to my news director, Lisa, and my general manager, Kathy, for helping facilitate my promotion and the journey to come. And one more very special thank you to a man that has been by my side, not every weekend, but for most weekends. I want to bring him in right now. Dennis, buddy, I can only do so much on the anchor desk, but to have you by my side, to have the chemistry that I think we've built up and our viewers appreciate, to be able to say the silliest, most outlandish things and have you roll with it and make myself laugh, and I'm sure probably make our viewers laugh, you truly are a special friend, and the weekend would not be the same if you weren't by my side doing this, so thank you, sir.
Of course, my friend, it has been an honor and an absolute joy sharing these weekends with you. And there's a lot that I want to say, but I might get a little goobery and blubbery, so I made you a video. So as they say in the business, roll the tape.
I'm Eric Rucker in Roseville. I'm Eric Rucker in Woodland. I'm Eric Rucker at Cal Expo.
He came to Fox 40 in 2012, and it was clear from day one. Eric Rucker is a natural newsman, a gifted storyteller, comfortable in front of the camera, but relatable like a next-door neighbor.
I played his video game when I was a kid. Let's listen to Tony Hawk. Just hanging out here in Old Sacramento.
He grew up in Calaveras County and watched Sacramento News as a kid, so Eric was able to connect with the community as a true local.
Let's get right to the highlights.
This down-to-earth guy sometimes gave us a bird's-eye view. You might have seen him in a helicopter.
We have no smoke in our area at all.
Or bravely riding along in a fighter jet, doing 360s high above the Sacramento Valley.
And the King's organization has been saying
adaptability is arguably one of the keys to success in any career. Rucker is the very model of it, bringing the same level of professionalism to crime news.
And as this investigation continues,
to politics,
the epicenter for the 9th Congressional District seat,
to earthquakes,
if the magnitude is great enough,
and snowstorms.
Hoping to slide right in after the storm ended.
We are to the west of Greenville.
And when it comes to wildfires, Eric didn't just cover them for Fox 40, he provided perspective.
You see the flames burning in the trees to my left, but they cannot go any further than the dirt that I'm standing on.
They also have other resources, including sprinklers, this one on top of a ladder, and more of them on top of the roof of the store itself.
He once even suited up with firefighters in training, entering a burning building.
It was hot. I was confused. My left ear started burning.
And yet, some viewers might associate Eric with sports.
The San Francisco 49ers moving to 10-3 on this season.
He was among the first reporters to tour Levi's Stadium, and that would be the first of many trips to Santa Clara, reporting on his beloved 49ers.
But he was also happy to cover local high school teams.
The Dixon Rams are moving on, handing Liberty Ranch its first loss of the season.
Thanks for being with us tonight for Fox 40 News at 10.
And of course, he made his mark on the anchor desk. I mean, literally. You should see the fingerprints after he eats a plate of greasy nachos. But in all seriousness, he's a gifted communicator. He didn't just show up and read the news. Eric put in many hours of preparation before each newscast. Eric, we thank you for your creative contributions, your community connections, and most of all, your fantastic friendship. Man, we've had some fun.
How have you been since we last spoke?
Fantastic. It's been a good whole, 5 minutes or so?
Yeah.
Everything good?
You've been
Family
doing a good job up there.
I appreciate you too.
Thank you.
Why do people need to get their hair cut? I just don't understand that.
You wear it well, by the way.
Thank you.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm not even gonna
Whoa,
look.
one-handed.
I was so close. That was a good throw.
Yeah, we don't
Did
plan
not
these
plan
things.
this.
We don't plan these things.
Okay, now nobody cares. Go ahead.
And there's now no time for weather. We've
sorry.
talked about.
Sorry.
All right.
In Manteca tonight,
In the Sierra,
at the Oroville Dam. In Sacramento, covering local news that matters. I'm Eric Rucker, Fox 40 News.
I am speechless. I didn't know you were going to do that.
You didn't see me over there closing the laptop and
Every
turning
time
it
I walk
around every
by?
time you walk by.
I'm not very perceptive. Not only did I not know you were going to do that, but to put that much time and quality, and that was amazing, but should expect nothing less from you.
Well, you set the bar very high, so I wanted to give you a fitting tribute. But making that video, have looked at your face for more than I ever thought I would. So maybe this break is going to be good, that you're not going to be around. No, just kidding, of course. No, we are really going to miss you. You did set the bar very high, gave us all an example to follow. And you're close by, the friendships continue. Fresno is not too far away, and you're within the Nexstar television family. So, we might even hang out more than we did here. Who knows?
Possibly. I'm going to have weekends off for the first time in years.
What's that going to be like?
But you won't.
Let me know what it's like.
Dennis, I love you, man. Thank you.
Mutual.